Welcome into the non-neutral zone. Short Show Spectacular.
Brandon's excited about this one. This is the Short Show Spectacular with the non-neutral zone, where we bring you a weekly fantasy draft. This week we have a very fun one. As for every week, I think they're all fun, but this one especially is going to be a lot of fun. This is Fantasy Rivalries. So we're going to pick our top fantasy rivalries throughout fiction.
Not fantasy football?
Not fantasy football.
All right,
You know what I never noticed until we started recording the show? Gunnar says especially with an X.
Yeah, I do. It's always been a problem. Especially.
I never noticed it, but
he's an X kind of guy.
And when we start recording
X
the show,
going to give it to you.
And I never noticed how often you say especially.
Yeah, I know.
You say it quite often.
I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially now that you pointed it out.
And now I'm going to be especially self-conscious about it.
All
Thanks,
right.
Josh.
Welcome in, listener. A little insight.
All right, so last week we did
the
dine-in restaurant chains, American
Josh
chains.
took the crown back.
Yeah, I came in dead last.
It was a close vote. I mean, just a couple votes separating
Just a couple votes, and there has been some. There's an investigation that's currently pending on some fraudulent votes that we have. I've contacted Congress, and they're looking into it. Josh, they don't have anything else to do right now.
There were no votes mailed in. So
Talk to Director Comey about it.
Yeah. So Josh took back the crown. I had won my first one the week before, and I felt
all strong teams. I mean, I thought they were all very good teams anyway. So
it's food. How can you go wrong?
Yeah, any of those restaurants, I would have eaten at any of them. Maybe not.
Not Starbucks. Oh no, that was the week before.
Oh yeah.
Let's get into the fictional fantasy draft. So this time it's Brandon.
I got first pick.
Okay, yes, Brandon's first, Josh second. I am dead last.
So fictional rivalries. You wanna build off that? Just kind of let the listener know what we're doing.
Yeah. So it's any rivalry within fiction. So that does not limit it to an individual.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a group, a team, even a race.
So nemesis.
Yeah.
Nemesis
So you have and typically you have an antagonist and a protagonist.
Yeah.
Like a hero and a villain, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that either. It could be, I guess you could do two rival villains or rival heroes.
That's
your
true.
choice.
It's true.
All right.
Lots of options here. So let's dive in. Brandon.
There's only one option that we can consider.
I'm sorry to chime in. I just want to butt in real quick.
Okay.
Every time Brandon says he has the most obvious
It's clear. It's
first
a clear pick.
he says it's a clear pick, and it's always the most left field pick. So I'm really
so obscure. Always.
So I'm really excited to hear this. Go ahead.
I'm going to stay in the sports world with this one for the obvious 101, since we are a sports podcast after all. And I'm going to go with Happy Gilmore versus Shooter McGavin.
Oh,
That's a good
right,
pick.
right, okay,
Nice.
all right. Obviously,
That's a great pick. Yeah.
okay. I know you guys were a little nervous that I was going to pick some sissy boy rivalry, but
I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming. You just didn't screw it up. With
but
the
that
first
was
pick.
one of Adam
Sandler?
Yeah, one of Adam Sandler's best movies ever. One of my faves. But
Awesome. Yeah, that's a really good pick.
You were putting like Happy Gilmore yesterday, Josh.
I was. We played a hole where we used the same club throughout, and so when I got up to putt with my 4-iron, I held it real close to the base.
Yes,
it
worked pretty good.
Yeah, I did.
So
it
you
worked
guys
a lot
went through
better
with
than
that.
what I tried previously.
We did.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did not do so well, but
We didn't do terrible though.
no, not as bad as the guys that are playing in front of us.
Double bogey on that hole.
It's reasonable for it's reasonable for any hole for us.
Now that you've told me your scores, then they're pretty good then.
Yeah, decent. I mean, considering we played with one club the whole.
Yeah, that's great.
And that green is tough too. Like if it's up on a platform, and so if you're trying to chip up there with a 4-iron, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the Non-Neutral Zone Golf podcast. Thank you for joining us.
All right, at number 2, who we got? Who's picking
Josh.
2? Josh.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
drum roll.
take Hector versus Achilles. I know that's not like super strong, but I love it. It's such a great rivalry.
And I'm assuming like what your go-to visual is Troy.
Oh yeah, the movie Brad Pitt and Banner. What's his name? Bruce Banner.
Oh, the act. I can't remember his name.
Well, that's his name because he played
Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner.
Played
Yeah,
Bruce Banner as well.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That's the actor's name.
Bruce Banner. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And he played Bruce Banner in The Hulk.
It was fate.
Yep.
He was made for that role.
Not
Do you like that?
Not really though.
Did you see that movie, Brandon? The Troy movie?
I have not.
It's pretty good.
Really? That's a great movie.
You act surprised.
I'm surprised.
I mean, yeah, I haven't seen it.
I'm genuinely surprised.
so I'm
Orlando Bloom.
I'm gonna write it down. Troy.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, you'll be putting a list up later with it on there.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna write it down right now.
That's a
Troy.
good pick. I like that. Yeah, so some strong picks in here.
A little off the beaten path.
Yeah, so this next pick, oh man, this is a really, really hard list to make.
You got two
I can do
picks
two.
right here.
Yeah, but I mean, I think just in general. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take like the big name right off the bat. I'm gonna do Luke and Vader.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Even though like it's hard to call that a rivalry. I think
Weren't they related?
I hope that wasn't a serious question. It's father and son.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
right.
okay.
So
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man. That's a 101 coming
father
up
son
here
rivalry.
in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, for Father's
yeah.
Day.
Oh yeah.
Who's gonna land that
Spoiler
pick?
alert.
Yeah, so I'll do Luke and Vader, and then I think I will do. I want to go ahead and I don't think anybody's going to take this one, but just in case, one of my favorite comic book runs was Avengers versus X-Men,
Yeah.
and so I'm going to go ahead and take that one because that was a great series, and you got two of
You
the
get all
biggest
of
group.
them.
Yeah, you get
Comics.
everybody.
So in the comics, which do you prefer?
I think in that series, the Avengers came out on top simply because Scott Cyclops is such a dick. Like they wrote him to be just a complete unlikable person. I hated him so much in it, and yeah. So
Did you guys? This is unrelated to Avengers, but related to X-Men, I guess. But did you guys ever play X-Men on the arcade game at the Fun Tunnel?
Oh
Did
man,
we play
Man,
X-Men?
that
was
was
the best.
one of the best. Yeah, that and NBA Jam. I tore that up.
All right, so back to you, Mr. Hill. Yeah, it was a good arcade cabinet though.
This is man. There are so many good ones. I think I'm gonna take Batman and the Joker though. I think I can get a couple things to come back to me. It's not necessarily my favorite, but I don't think it's making it back. So I'm gonna take Batman and the Joker.
Batman. So is he your favorite villain opposite of Batman?
Yeah. For me, it is.
Yeah, the Heath Ledger version. I mean, one of the
One is just he's about justice, and the other's just chaos.
Yeah.
So I think it's a perfect
applicable right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Jared Leto version.
Get out of here! No, you don't.
All
The Hot
right.
Topic version.
Well, I've got I'm at 203 right here. I'm gonna take. I feel like this is worthy of a second round pick. I'm gonna go with Woody versus Buzz.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, right. I mean, ended up they
became best of friends.
they became the best of friends, but they were big rivalries there when Andy brought home, the new Buzz. And have you guys seen Toy Story 4, the fourth one?
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess obviously the fourth one. Okay, I just watched the fourth one recently, so it's a little fresh on the noggin. All right, and so in my third round pick at number 1.
Is the fourth one the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I thought they came out with a fifth.
No, remember this one we saw.
Oh yeah, with Lily.
I guess it was last summer it came out.
Yeah. The third one that came out
That
years
was the
ago,
bear. The third one was the one with the bear.
the
Right.
fire at the end.
Yeah.
They were going down the trash chute.
Okay. For some reason, I thought that was the fourth one, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we are at the third round, the top of the third round. I'm going to go with Derek Zoolander versus Hansel. So hot right now. Hansel.
He's so hot right now.
Man,
That's a pretty good one.
That was great. Some of the breakdance fighting that they did, and then obviously against just like Woody and Buzz, they become the best of friends and have to work together
Right.
to solve the the crisis in the world. Man, that was
It was a fun movie. The second one was such a disappointment, but Zoolander, it's a great movie.
So did you saw the second? Did you see it in theaters?
No,
Okay, so I saw it in theaters.
I'm sorry.
On the premiere on a Thursday
Aw.
night. So I work nights mostly. So this was worthy of taking a night off of work. So I took off a night of work to go to the premiere of Derek Zoolander 2. And Katie met me. She drove an hour to meet me so we could go to the theater. And we went and they had the fancy tickets, the plastic tickets, and we thought, man, we might I need to go early so we can get our tickets. We didn't need to. It was us and another guy. That was it.
Oh man.
He'd come by earlier to get tickets before dinner. Came and watched it solo. Just a Derek Zoolander groupie, I guess. Yeah.
That movie was a disappointment.
Yeah, but the first one was great. All right, back to you, Josh. Did your pick make it back?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're all there. So I'm gonna take Sherlock Holmes and Professor Moriarty. I think that's a fun rivalry.
Okay.
You like that, Brandon?
I love that pick.
Do you really?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. That's the Sherlock Holmes with the plays is played by that guy
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
So Moriarty he's one of the main villains from the original series wrote in the 1800s.
Right.
Yeah, he's in there. He's also in Game of Shadows.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With
Robert Downey Jr.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I just like the character in the books, in the movies, in the shows. He's a great villain. He like my previous pick, Batman and Joker. I feel like Moriarty is the perfect contrast for Sherlock Holmes because they're both geniuses.
Yeah.
So,
and I think with that pick, because it's just all through fiction, Rivalries, you suck up so many adaptations because Sherlock Holmes is the most adapted character in history for film.
I'll probably get Ian Still's vote with that.
Oh, there you go. Pander.
going for because he's a Brit.
Well, then you can get Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't know if you just knew he was a big Sherlock Holmes fan, but maybe because he's British.
Yeah, he'll like it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, back to me then, I guess.
Yes.
I'm gonna wrap up my picks here. Oh man, this is hard. That's what she said, right?
Oh,
I
thank
beat
you
you
very
to it.
much,
I beat
sir.
you to it.
Tossing that one up there.
I didn't know if I should say it, so I let it go.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Terminator versus the T-1000. Did I snipe it?
No. I just hadn't thought about it. I would have went with Connor though, being the
Yeah, but
Sarah Connor. That's who I would have picked.
no, okay, but I just it's the robot. At the end of the day, it's a robot fight.
Yeah.
The robot fight. So who is this Terminator versus who?
T-1000, the liquid in Terminator 2.
Okay.
Probably the greatest action movie ever made. Absolutely, hands down, the greatest action movie ever. Think of another one.
Do you agree?
Do
you agree, Josh?
I'd have to give it some thought, but I mean, I like Die Hard, but
yeah, it's a close contender. But I just think it's just the perfect script for action movies. But yeah, so that's my third pick, and my last pick. This one's not going to get a lot of votes. This one is
already.
I don't want to go with any of the obvious ones because I already got the superhero in there, and Josh picked a superhero. So I'm going to go literature.
Oh, man.
And it's not as big or popular as Sherlock Holmes, but I'm going to go with from The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, man, that's great.
Edmond Dantes and Mondego.
I love that.
Oh, man.
Love that pick.
I think it's the ultimate revenge story. Just a life full of, plotting and revenging. And
oh, my
scheming.
goodness. That's a great pick.
From
a
deep
just a construction point of it, maybe not vote getter like you were saying, but just if you're talking about a rivalry,
just pure rivalry,
a nemesis, goodness gracious, that's great. Ooh, buddy, I like that.
Josh likes that pick.
Ooh, I like it a lot.
He's gonna vote for me. You gonna vote for me?
He might.
I'll vote for you. Switch votes.
I really did like that.
That guy Josh's. He's got his.
What came out of nowhere, I wasn't even thinking about it, and I'm kind of ashamed of myself for that because I love it.
Disgrace.
Huh? You got Holmes, so.
Yeah.
I mean, a good pick.
All right, so back to you, Josh. Can't pick that one.
I'm gonna come back with something a little bit more recent.
Not too recent though, considering what's going on in the news, right? Nothing very topical.
No cops versus anybody.
Okay.
Just cops versus robbers.
Yeah, that's a pretty
classic.
a broad. Yeah,
played cops and robbers as a kid, right?
Yeah. Is that your pick?
No. I'm gonna take Harry Potter versus Lord Voldemort. I think it's
That'll get some votes. Harry Potter's
Yeah.
got a very
And what is that from?
cult-like following. It's from that new movie.
it's from literature.
It's that one of those. Oh,
Is that it's a book? I thought it was a movie.
The books are better than the movies by far.
is that one of those Mockingjay books or something?
Yeah, it's part of the Hunger Games.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so Harry Potter versus
I'm gonna hold up. I'm sorry, but I think Brandon is genuinely confused. Like I was joking, just for the record, I was joking, but I think Brandon, looking at his face,
I'm familiar with Harry Potter
Okay.
and Lord Voldemort.
Okay.
It sucks to make that pick though because there are so many on my list that I want. I can only have 4.
Well, we'll get to the short list later, big dog.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wrap it up so we can get to Josh's short list, and I'm gonna shut it down with Ricky Bobby versus Jean Girard.
It's a good pick. I thought it was coming a lot sooner than this pick.
Yeah. Well, I got that. That's a great value at the back of the 4th round.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Man, that was
It's about time you take some value.
That was a fun Rob. Man, I've got great value all
I'm
the way.
not talking about this.
It's cool because you got 100% comedy too.
Man, dude, we're having a good time
Yeah.
on my team. That's all I'm saying.
Nice.
All I'm saying.
All right, so I guess that wraps it
That
up.
wraps it up.
Do you guys want to do another round, like do 5 picks?
No,
All right, okay.
goodness gracious.
So it's so like I was thinking about your first pick there with Happy Gilmore and like it's so weird that they're playing for grandma, like
Yeah, what are they fighting over? Like good versus evil? No,
Yeah.
Grandma.
Oh yeah, that's all they're. That's funny.
All right, so I've got. I guess we don't have to run them down because there's so many names.
No, run them down.
All right, cool. I'll run them down. I've got.
And what's your favorite to eat from each one?
Happy Gilmore versus Shooter McGavin.
You already
I'm
said that one. Oh,
I'm
you're
telling
running
you-
it down.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
I'm
I
giving
thought
you
we were doing a short
run
list.
Woody versus Buzz. Zoolander versus Hansel, and then Ricky Bobby versus Jean Girard. That's my list.
All right, I had the second pick, and I started it out with
Man.
Hector versus Achilles. I love that the whole Greek mythology. I love all that stuff. So that was my first pick. Came back with Batman and the Joker, Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty, and then Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort. So
I had Luke versus Darth Vader, the Avengers versus the X-Men, the Terminator versus T-1000, which I think he was what was he, T-100 in that movie? Or
yeah, I think that's right.
I don't remember his serial number. And then Edmond Dantes versus Montego.
I may vote for you.
Sounds good.
Goodness gracious.
Does
I'll
that
take the
tickle your
vote.
fancy like that?
Man, I just like so when I watch a comedy, I'm not watching it for rivalries usually.
That's fair.
And so like some of the pieces on Gunner's list I wish I had on mine. I didn't even have them on my short list.
Yeah.
So I was
He
impressed.
dug deep.
So.
I like that.
Let's hit those short lists. Brandon, you got any?
Yeah, I had Torrance versus Isis from Bring It On, but I figured that you guys would
Laughed you out of the room.
y'all would, yeah, that's what I felt like. And then also had Edward Cullen versus Jacob Black. You remember the rivalry, Team Edward, Team Jacob from Twilight?
Oh my goodness.
Because that spilled into real life.
That would have been a good pick.
Yeah,
but I just didn't have room for it.
that was a crazy time because people like kind of legit got angry about it. Yeah, all the bumper stickers.
Which
and
one were you
t-shirts.
guys?
I didn't care.
Yeah, I was Team Edward.
I mean, if I had to pick, I'd pick Team Bella.
Yeah,
But
Fair
turns
enough.
out she doesn't play for my team. If you know what I mean? Or-
Oh, is that right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know. I don't know anything
I
about
could-
that series.
I
Like
could
I
be
watched
wrong.
half of a movie.
Well, I'm just talking about the actress.
Yeah, I know.
I've never watched any of them.
Really?
I watched half
No.
a movie. Like my sisters were watching it, and I was like, I got something better I can do. I don't know what it is, but
Stare at a wall.
I'm gonna find it. Like, what a bunch of trash.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Well, I wouldn't consider that trash TV. We can maybe draft some trash.
Oh,
TV
we should
shows.
do that. Trash TV. I'm down.
yeah.
All right.
Do you think it's good? You like those movies?
I thought they were good at the time. Yeah. I mean, I'm not like going back to watch them, but I thought the plot development storyline was okay. I don't typically like movies where people turn into werewolves and weird stuff like that. But
See, I do, and I thought it was trash.
that's weird. Yeah.
I like Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf's good.
Oh man, like Fox.
Mhm.
Oh man, that makes me think. Marty McFly versus
Biff? Oh,
Biff.
Oh man.
How we leave that off?
We just watched that the other night.
We did.
Goodness, I want to redo.
All right, what was on your short list, Josh?
That one now.
Yeah.
Iron Man versus Thanos. Like, Thanos is in his head for 10 years and just killing him from the inside. Jack Sparrow versus Barbossa from the
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean series. Ducks versus Hawks from the Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Toon Squad versus the Monstars from
Oh,
Space Jam.
man, yeah.
Like, you see now why it was so hard to leave these guys out of my team. They were a lot of fun. Giants versus the Cowboys from the Little Giants.
Yeah. Oh man, that was on my sports movie team too.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of good ones. So
What about you, Gunner?
I really didn't have a short list. If none of mine made it, if I couldn't pick any of mine, I was just gonna go comic books. Just start naming heroes and villains. My first up would have been Spider-Man versus Green Goblin.
Yeah.
But
I almost put that on my list, but Spider-Man's had so many adversaries that I couldn't really. I think Green Goblin's the one, but
yeah.
then it was there's so many good ones. Venom. Venom's
Is
a good
Venom the
one.
one that has all the tentacles and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one that I remember.
Yeah, so that's it. That's essentially would have been my list. Is just picking out heroes and villains from Marvel Comics. But I guess that's it.
Who's your favorite Nemesis group? Just one-on-one, not groups, from comics. Doc Doom versus Fantastic.
No, I don't really like Fantastic Four.
I don't either, but I think Doc Doom is a good villain
I love
for that.
him.
Yeah.
But outside of the Fantastic Four world, I don't know. It's a whole nother podcast, I think. So.
Ooh, put it on the board.
Join us for the Non-Neutral Zone comic review show.
Brandon
I'll,
was lost right there.
Brandon's out.
I'll navigate that. I'll ask the questions.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll be the background noise.
All right. That wraps it up. Thanks for listening. This you can vote at Non-Neutral Zone 1 on Twitter. Pick your favorite list of fictional rivalries. Hit up nonneutralzone.com to see what's going on there, and check out our main show that drops every Tuesday. So if you're listening to this, you can go back to the show that came out yesterday, or stay tuned for next Tuesday. Be sure to subscribe, vote, give a nice 5-star on iTunes or whatever podcasting app you listen on.
We really appreciate that.
Absolutely. And if you have any suggestions or questions, you can send them into the Twitter at nonneutralzone1 or Gmail at nonneutralzone@gmail.com. And maybe we'll answer them on the show. If you have suggestions for the short show, we can do those. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Anything to say before we wrap it up, guys?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I'm good.
You good? Well, thanks for listening. See you next time.